Bhaktāya Namo. Shri Guru Charana Kamalam Vande Ramana Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Rupanuga Bhaktiram Cha Krupamurtim Narayanam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Lakmane Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Shri Krishna Leela Kathane Sudhaksha Madhaya Madhurya Sayuktam Varam Varentikama Samsutatam Prapadye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitya Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Let me offer millions of obeisances, Lotus feet of Lord Gurudev, Palm Gurudev, Varga, Namani Susatani, now present caste Vaishnavas in the Lotus feet of the Koti Dhanu Pranam. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Yesterday was Sri Baladev Virbhav. That was Purnima also. At the end of the Radha Julan Yatra, also Raksha Bandhan. Raksha meaning protection. For the sake of protection, usually the sisters, they tie to their brothers a little thing on the hand. That's actually praying, praying to Sheshnath, really protect. Protection. So that's very big celebration, especially in North India. People travel for a long distance just to do that, Then exactly 1 week later is Krishna's appearance day. And from Krishna, exactly 2 weeks later, Radharani's appearance day. So time is goes very fast. Now the appearance day of Balram is very, very important. That's why he has appeared before Janmashtami. Why? He can give us Krishna Tattva. He can enlighten us about Krishna's pastime. Krishna, who is Balram? Krishna himself. So Krishna himself comes in the form of Balaram to show who he is, to also enlighten us who we are. And then what is our position? Like that. And also he kills Dhenukasura and Pralambasura. He killed those two. So Dhenukasura is the personification of ignorance. In other words, ignorance in our heart. We will destroy. Ignorance means of what? Like suppose you are in a dark well. Imagine. And we are, the samsara is a dark well. We don't know where is the snakes. And, first of all, you don't see anything outside. You cannot see yourself, and you are in a well. But so Balram comes, then he lifts us out. Don't worry, he gives you. We are full of ignorance. Ignorance of everything, but we think we know. Think we know. Actually, we don't know anything about this material world. Even this material world, how much do we know? Take an example. Visible spectrum, entire electromagnetic spectrum. Visible spectra is like a one line. You cannot see microwave. You cannot see ultraviolet. Infrared, right? Either way, just visible. So like that, compared to an infinite electromagnetic spectrum, what we see is visible spectrum is nothing like that. But we think we know. How much do we know about this material world? 0.0000000000001%. What we don't know is 99.999. Actually, we don't know anything. But we still think, wow, I know, I see this and that. Like Bhikshugita was telling, we blame on, for our happiness and distress. No, that person. No, the planets, no, the time. Oh, our own Atma, oh, our own karma. We blame so many things. But we have heard this. No, nothing. Our own mind. Now who's going to tell that about? The person who will tell that is Balaram and his followers. Right? Is that expansion in the line? Balaram. They will tell us who is our real enemy. Everybody will tell us, including our mind, no, I'm not your enemy. Something else, you see. Only Gurudev will point out who is real enemy. We should watch out and how we can escape from his hands, clutches. See, he gives us the training. That's why he kills Dhenukasura, personification of ignorance. Now, Balram did that. And also, he killed Pralambasura. You know what is Pralambasura? Asura, meaning demon. Pralambasura. Say, in the Vrindavan, say after Krishna took appeared, but Kamsa to kill so many demons. Putna, Putna, right? She came like a mother, dressed up like a mother. Duplicity. Dressed like a mother, but intention is to kill, Putna. Then Shakatasura. Shakatasura, his baby is taken, outside on a cart. He invisibly appeared, and then Krishna by his kick. Then Trunavarta. Trunavarta is like, especially in West, you see like a big bull, wind. It can destroy villages. Very, wind, it looks like a funnel. High winds, rain sometimes associated with that, thunders. It can destroy. So one asura came in that form, tried to kill Krishna. Then Trunavarta, Bakasura, Vasasura, Agasura. So people, right? But everybody did not, right? So then, but they came. Kamsa inspired them, and then they came, but they were all not destroyed. So, because, wow, also running by. So Pralambasura was thinking, they misjudged Krishna's power. They misjudged Krishna's power. I will go in some other way. They went, they did not, they thought he was a small boy or like that. So, Kamsa is thinking, what to do. I sent so many, they all died. Now what to do? Then, Pralamba, that demon came in front of him. Then, Kamsa was immersed for his safety, for his thing. Why we are filled with dukkha, meaning misery, looks like misery. Then Kamsa is telling, we don't know. Aga, Baka, so many people, they were all killed. Then Pralambasura is telling, whatever is happening, happened. You please end me in that service. Then Kamsa started thinking. He became mauna, meaning quiet. Why, oh king, why you have become quiet? Why you are thinking? Then in his mind, Kamsa is thinking that, this Pralambasura will also fly, and a burning fly gone, finished. You want to go and die in that burning fire, says. Then Pralambasura be very angry, said. He's saying the time, one day or the other, is going to take us. We will die. By the power of time, even Himalaya, the great mountain, Himalaya, can also become like a bust, like a dust. So same way, see, look at the argument. Same way, so this small boy will also saved by the influence of time. You see about referring Krishna. You know, everybody died. Krishna will be finished by the power of the time. So like this is the, you can imagine what they know. In spite of everybody cared, but still, this is the thinking. Became very angry and false ego. If we were decided like that, let it do like that, let it go. So then it would be Ajna, meaning, Kamsa. All right, Kamsa said, okay, go. Kamsa said. Then, so the Pravarta is, Pralambas coming in the sky. Trinavarta is coming. So he is also thinking what to do, how to go. So he saw Krishna with the boys, Balram, they are immersed in their creed. Then Pralambasura, I should become one of them. Of course, cannot do, but Krishna's Leela Shakti allowed it. Yogamaya allowed him to appear like one of the Saka. So that Krishna knew, and then they made a game like chasing like deers like that. Who does that? They have to carry that person on their shoulder to Bandirva, near that, and then come back. So like that. So they made two groups, and then Krishna and Balram, right? One side Krishna, one side Balram. Krishna side, this Pralambasura, was this side, and Balram. So Krishna side was defeated. So they have to carry someone on the other side on their back. So Pralambasura took Balram is sitting on the shoulder of Pralambasura. Pralambasura is little running. Then instead of running like other boys, he took off very fast and beyond the point, Bandirva, trying to carry him to Mathura. So Kamsa can kill him like that. So that was the idea. But then what happened? Balram little in the beginning of what is this? Where he is going? Put his weight, and Pralambasura could not manage his weight. So he said, in the form of a small boy, I cannot carry this. So he assumed his original, demon form, very black and then carrying. And the Balram complexion is like a clear complexion. It looks like a big cloud carrying the moon, And Krishna told him, he was crying about Krishna. Krishna told him, you are not different from me. Think, you have come to kill these demons. Then Balram he remembered this and put one thing on his head and then finished it. So This is hypocrisy. Pralambasura was hypocrisy. Meaning what? Hypocrisy is this is what we do. Hypocrisy is bigotry, deceit, deception, dishonesty, or different. This, this he came as a Saka, but actually is something else. His reality is something else. He's hiding his thing. Then, like duplicity, fraud, insincerity, complacency, mockery, these are all basically hypocrisy. So, we are filled with these things, if we analyze ourselves in this world and ourselves. Duplicity, consistency, fraud, sincerity, pretense, blame, innocency. So Balaram came and killed this. So we have all this, so Guru comes and then only Krishna can appear in our lives. Why Balaram? He carries a plow. No? Of course, he does not carry plow in Vrindavan. He doesn't need. He does not leave Vrindavan. Like Krishna also. Nandanandan, Yashodanandan, and he is growing in Nandan. So, he proves, meaning he removes all these things. Hypocrisy, ignorance. And then he puts the seed of bhakti. And then he helps us out to water it, how to remove all these unwanted things, anarthas growing there. So, like that, he will make us fit vessel for the appearance of Krishna in our heart. Krishna himself comes in the form of Balaram. So, that's why it's very, very important. Balaram. So, now Balaram Tattva is, you can see, Nityananda, of course, Nityananda and Balaram is the same thing. We say, Sankarshana Paranato Yashai, Garodashai Shat Payodasha, Sheshasha Yasham Kalasa Nityananda Kiram Charanam Namastu. Meaning, Sankarshana, Karanodashai, not Vishnu. See, Balaram is in Vrindavan. When he goes to Mathura, he is Sankarshana. Samul Sankarshana. And then in Vaikuntha is Mahasankar, expansion of that. And from that Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan, his expansion is Karnodaka Sai Vishnu. In the ocean, Karana ocean, he lies down, Vishnu, Karnodaka. And in each pore comes each pore is like here, like Brahmanda, and in each Brahmanda he again enters as Garbhodak Sai, like egg. and there, he drinks half of water, and there he is lying down. This is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. From his navel comes the lotus, and the stem of the lotus is the ashraya, giving shelter for all this 14 planetary system. Brahma appears. Brahma's birthplace. Then Brahma is the second creator. He does something. And Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu again enters in each atom. Everyone's heart has Kshirodayika Vishnu. It is like Paramatma. And then Kshirodayika Vishnu becomes the Sheshana. Shesha, Ananta. We are talking. Rakshabandhan. That's why the Rakshabandhan meaning is Balaram himself, Amsha, part and a small Balaram. This Ananta Shesh. And Rakshabandhan, we tie that, that is the brother. So we are invoking, oh Ananta, please protect this word. Word of ನಾನು ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ. 9379 double 7895 ಆಯ್ತು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ Rakshabandhan. So real protector is actually Guru. Nobody else. Not our bank or country, or, nothing else. Real protector is Guru. So that is Balram's expansion. Prakash. So now you can imagine that Nityananda, I'm taking shelter of him, who is source of all jivas, the source of entire creation, practically everything. And Mayatitte Vyapi, Vaikuntha, one beyond Maya, this external energy is everywhere. Vasudeva Sankarshan Pradyumna another. One who is in the form of Sankarshan. That Sankarshan, who is part and part of Nityananda, Balaram. I take shelter at his lotus feet. So, beyond Mayapati, who is the master of this material energy and this Brahmanda, this who is the shelter for that. That Karna of the Shai, first Purusha avatar, with the part of him that Nityananda, Nityananda, I take shelter of him. From whose navel, lotus, the Kamal comes out, who is giving shelter for the entire these 14 planets. And birthplace of Brahma, who is part and part of Nityananda. That Nityananda Rama, what a sweet I surrender. So like that is basically Srishti. So Balaram serves Krishna in 5 forms, like the one we described. Karanadak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, Sheshan Sai. Then himself, in the Swayam as Balaram is helping, in the Leela of Sri Krishna. Then others, he does the Srishti Leela. Then what does he do, Nityananda Prabhu? Prema Pracharan or Pak Pashadalan. Bhuyi Kari Avadut Karena Brahma. He is spreading prem, distributing prem, love. Then he is destroying this Pakandi, who are not believing in the Lord. Like Prabhupada, he was thinking, oh, Krishna, by influence of time, he will also be destroyed. You see, that's how, those kind of people. He is Avaduta. Avaduta. Avaduta meaning he is normal behavior, exemplary. So, looking at the power of Nityananda Prabhu, even undefeatable Kali, right? This is Kali Yuga. Undefeatable Kali, he got into great trouble. Where will I learn? Where will I run? Where will I hide? Actually, he got totally disturbed. In other words, everybody, Kali captures everybody, but in the front of Balaram, does not know where to run, where to hide. So by falling in the Gaurachandras, Gauranga all the jivas, they found unexplainable pleasure. Then looking at that, all these they're not believing in God. They heard. So then what is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda? He says, is amazing. Nityananda Ashtakam, it says, Yateshtam re brataha kuru hari hari dvana manisham tato vaha samsaram buddhitaranadayo mailaget idam bahu spotati rataya ya pratigruham bhaja nityanandam bhajana tarukandam niravadi. The third one. I always think do bhajan of Nityananda Prabhu. who is like Sri Krishna's tree of bhakti. For that is a Mula Swarupa, is the root of bhakti, bhakti rupa. Then what he was doing, he was going to every house, especially Gauda Desh. Then he used to say, opening, oh brothers, every brother. He's begging them, imagine. He's begging. He's begging. What? Give me some dollar, no, or some rupees, no, some grain, no. He's begging. What? He's begging. Oh, my brothers. They all together. Very freely. Very freely. You utter Harinam. Hari Bol. Gaura, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. He is begging everybody to chant this mantra. Chant Gaura Hari, Gaura. So, then what happens? If you do this, okay, he's telling, he's promising. If you do this, then your responsibility, the responsibility of carrying you, making sure you cross over this ocean of material existence, will fall on my head. I will take that responsibility. And this way is going everywhere. Imagine such a great personality. Wow. You know, Krishna himself, but in form of Ram, he has come and crying, begging. Imagine. It is possible only in this age, not in other ages, not in any other form of incarnation. Okay, not a Narasimha or Balaram, no Balaram, but of course Balaram himself has come. Ram, Lila, Vamana. So Nityananda, so much. Our Gurudev says, Balaram has unlimited, infinite Leela, infinite love towards Krishna. And his qualities are also infinite, great qualities. So that is the personality. So very, very fortunate. Akroda Paramananda Nityananda Abhimanya Nita Nagara Jaga So amazing. So we are fortunate that we have able to understand. Gurudev is basically non-different from. That's why Gaudiya temple we don't put separate. The deity. Of course, some places like Houston, Gautam. But usually Nityananda Ramana, Gurudev considered as the expansion. But so by Swarupa, Radha and Krishna are one, right? In Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Radha Krishna Iche Sada Eka Swarupa. Leela Rasa Aswadare Dvai Rupa. Dvai Rupa. Swa Rupa. Swa meaning himself, right? Swa. Rupa Param. Swa Rupa. So Radha and Krishna are one. They have one heart like that. But two bodies. Rupa. Yet relish these of pastimes. They have assumed two forms. They are not different from each other. You know, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Sevya, Sevak, personality of Godhead. So Radharani is no less. She is serving more, accepting their service. So many ways in serving. For each her desire, vow, she has become so focused. So, same way, Baladev Prabhu is not different from Krishna. Krishna himself become Baladev Prabhu to release so many ecstatic loving modes. Krishna himself has become Baladev. Now, what is the proof? What is the evidence? Keshavadruta Haladharupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha. Jai Goswami. Keshadruta Aladhara Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. Krishna himself, Sri Brajendranath, Shyamasundar, Gopinath, Radharaman, Radhakant has become Sri Baladev Prabhu. Keshava, Aladhara Rupa. See? Keshava Druta Aladhara Rupa. Taken the form of Aladhara. Aladhara, no? Aladhara is one who carries the flower. Balaram. So, in Vrindavan, Sri Krishna's original form is Swayam Rupa. And it has Swayam Prakasha manifestation. Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha. These Swayam Prakasha manifestations are of two types. Prabhava Prakasha and Vibhava Prakasha. Now what is this? When Krishna is doing Rasalila, for example, Radhika, he is Swayam Rupa, right? He is Swayam himself. Swayam meaning himself. And the Krishna who dances with so many other gopis is Swayam Prakash. When Krishna manifests himself in so many forms, which are all identical to him in mood and in appearance, that is called Prabhava Prakasha. Aspect of this Swayam Prakasha. But when Krishna manifests his own form with a slight variation in complexion and in mood, that manifestation is called Vaibhava Prakasha, aspect of Swayam Prakasha. This is the identity of Sri Baladev Prabhu. The Vaibhava Prakasha of Krishna is non-different from Baladev. The Vaibhava Prakasha of Krishna is this is the identity of Balaram. The Vaibhava Prakasha of Krishna is non-different from Krishna, but it has some speciality in complexion and mood. What is the speciality in complexion? Krishna is Shyamakala, right? Like Neelamani. Neelamani. Neela. Mani. Gopi is telling when Krishna was bound. Krishna was bound. And Krishna is telling, of course, the Sakas came, they were trying to release him, they could not. He tried himself, could not. Then he's telling his Sakas, help me, release me. Then we will go to houses of all the gopis who gave rope to bind me, we will destroy all their parts. Nice thing like that. So, but anyway, he could not release it. Then Balram is coming. That day, at the time of binding Krishna, Balram was not there. Rohini taken to one of the Nanda brothers' house. So he was coming, and from far away he saw Krishna was, and he was so angry. And Balram gets angry, he's finished. Like at the time of Pralaya, Anantashesh, right? The flames start from the bottom, and the sun, very hot sun, burning from bottom and also top. So the whole planet Earth will become dust, takes so many years. So that's how creation, how the earth actually gets into the taste. You see what I'm saying? And the taste goes and merges into the form, water, smell, gandha, and the taste, like that. Now it goes back. That's what. So you can imagine. So when Balram became very angry, then somebody told, mother has bound him Krishna. Then he became very, immediately all his anger is gone. He became like very, then he came and telling Krishna, never listen. Always get into trouble. Now what should we do? Mother has bound you. So let me see. So then he goes to the mother. Mother, please release Kanaya. Please release my little brother Krishna. In his place, you bind me. He's crying. So much love. So much service. It's full. He wants to serve Krishna in so many ways. That's why he himself becomes ornament, body, his bed, everything. Balram. So Balram is Sevaka in relation to Krishna. He wants to serve Krishna in all ways. And it's fair complex. So this is the thing. It's Abhimana, color complex. Krishna himself. So when we examine the mood of Balram, he has what he call Sankula Rati, one kind of frame. Sankula Rati. There are different type of Rati, right? Bhakti Rasa, Bhava, So they are Sri Krishna Vishayini Rati. Krishna is the object of love, that frame. Vishaya. We are Ashraya, giving shelter. Krishna is the Vishaya, enjoy. Serving. We are serving. We are the servers. Like Santa, Shantarati. In the love of Shanta, Dasya, servitude, Sakya, friendship, Vasalya, then Madhurya. This rati has many types. Okay, Mukhya rati, Mukhya meaning foremost, Gauna secondary, Parartha rati, Vartha rati. One kind is called Sankula rati. That is congested rati, meaning what? More than one type of Mukhya rati is manifested at the same time. So mixed of things. So the Sai Baba of Sri Baladev is Sankaravati because in his heart, his prominent move towards Krishna as a combination of Dasya, servitude, Sakya, friendship, and also Vasal, like a parent. Because he is the older of Krishna. You know? But he is also serving the Madhurya, like Anangamanda, Balram. So he is in all the relations. So Baladev Prabhu has manifested in so many ways in order to serve Krishna. If Balaram himself is the root of entire creation, has that mood of serving, don't you think we should have the serving too? Right? That's why the biggest enemy in our path is Bhoga Lalasa, desire to enjoy Bhoga. Siddhi Lalasa, Mukti Lalasa, Siddhi, these things. Mukti, liberation. These are all actually ghost. That's why Prahlad Maharaj keeps on praying all the time. Oh Lord Narasimha. He says, स्वस्तिस्तु विश्वस्य प्रसीदतं ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मनश्च भद्रं यथा तदुच्यते आवेशतां नो मतिरपि हठि. Oh Lord, let all universe be auspicious. All the cruel people give up their cruelty. So the cruelty is what? We saw that Pralambasura and Dhenukasura, duplicity, hypocrisy. See, these are all kind of violence. So give up. How one can give up? Only when Prahlad like Guru. There's no hypocrisy, right? When we come in touch with them, then we can give up our, because by their destroy. So Balaram is praying, Nityananda Prabhu, please chant Gaura Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Then I'll cross over this material motion. This is my responsibility. By His mercy, all our mind gets this. He's killing the hypocritic mind in us. So like that. Baladev in Braj is Rohini Nandan Baladev. But in Uttara Dwarka is Sankarshan. That is Vasudeva Nandan or Devaki Nandan Baladev. There is called Mula Sankarshan. And from this Mula Sankarshan comes Mahankarshan. So in all of these, Baladev is serving. He is so eager to serve that he will serve in Shaktarasa in the form of the Dham and the paraphernalia of all Sheshashayi in the various realm of Mathura, Dwarka. Also, Vrindavan Dham, right? Vrindavan land. He is Balaram himself. He is serving in Dasarasa, Sakyarasa, Vasalya, and even in Madhurya Rasa, as Ananga said. Baladev Prabhu is so eager to serve Krishna in all ways that he even becomes paraphernalia and ornaments in the form of the earrings on the Krishna's face, right? Affectionately kissing the cheeks of Krishna. There is no end to Baladev Prabhu's desire to render service to Krishna. When Krishna came as Lord Ram, Balram came in the form of Lakshman. How Lakshman was serving in the forest, right, for 14 years. Well, Lakshman did not sleep, did not eat, did not drink water. So, do even for and 40 years. His eyes. Amen. So determined. So by serving Lord Ram, Lakshman, actually included in that is taking rest, taking bath, taking massage, everything. Okay. ಇರಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಯ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಇವಾಗ ಮುಗಿದ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಗೆ 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ Balram, so Lakshman, unbelievable. So if you understand, see, this is so much love, okay, and it's so pure. You have to understand this to understand many other pastimes. Like one will, very misunderstood. Then, but we have to understand this. Yes, so much love for Krishna. He will not do anything. Everything he does to please Krishna. Okay. No matter what others think about it. See, if you understand this point, then we can further understand, some controversy, pastimes of Balaram. When Krishna left Vrindavan and was staying in Dwarka, Baladev on a mission to pacify the separation feeling of the residents of Vrindavan, right? Gopis were all crying. At that time, Baladev proceeded to Ramgata. They performed Raslila, right? Then we go down Parikrama, we visit, and there's a Yamuna also occur, So things are there. So he performed Raslila. Now, how do we understand this? Now, the question comes, which gopis took participated in that? You know, different acharyas explain they're all right. Not that they are conflicting each other. We understand the whole thing together. So, Bhakti Saraswati taught this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. In Gita Govinda also, Jayadev Goswami glorified Baladev. Vahasi Opusi Vishadeva Sanjala Alahati Biti Milta Yamunavam Keshavadruta Rupa Jai Jagat Jai Jagat. So when Balaram did Raslila, he took his plow and summoned Yamuna, but she would not come. Baladev Prabhu became angry and taking his plow began to drag Yamuna. So you can see a big curve of Kalindi at that place called Ramaganda. So Srila Gurudev speak on Gita Govinda explained that in this pastime of Dhira Lalita Nayaka. Dhira Lalita Nayaka. Well, Dhira Lalita Nayaka has some qualities. Bhakti Rasa Vidagdo Navatarunya Parihasa Vishada Nischinto Dhira Lalita Syat Preyasi Vasaha Syat Prayaha Preyasi Vasaha. In the incarnation of Lord Ramchandra, he tolerated great separation and deep problems for himself and his beloved Sita because he is in the mood of Virodatta Nayaka. But here Baladev Prabhu is in the Dhira Lalita Nayaka. Dhirodatta Nayaka, Dhira Lalita Nayaka. He is controlled of his beloveds. Therefore, he cannot tolerate even the slightest fatigue that they feel. In glorifying Baladev Prabhu, Jayadev Goswami has expressed that Baladev wants to bring the whole Yamuna so that they will be refreshed, their fatigue will go away. Because he cannot tolerate even the appearance of perspiration on the brows of his beloveds. So why has Balaram performed this? So Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur explained. Identity of the gopis with Baladev Prabhu was dancing. Yeah? So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur mentioned that at the time of Sankachuda Vada, holy Leela going on Govardhan. So during that pastime, some gopis were very far away and were looking at Krishna himself, Baladev Prabhu, to indicate to him that those gopis had some special attachment to Baladev. This is the Thakur commented that Baladev Prabhu performed Leela with those gopis who were looking at him. There is another explanation when Krishna left to Mathura, there were many gopis who were not old enough to meet with Krishna. And later, when Balram Prabhu returned to Indra, he did Raslila, fulfilling their desire now that they were old enough to take part in such. So these explanations have been given for Lokasara, for the general public. who are in ignorance of Rasa Tattva. They cannot understand what is Rasa Lila and how Ram, Baladev Prabhu cannot perform Rasa Lila with Krishna's gopis. Why does Baladev Prabhu perform Rasa Lila with Krishna's gopis? This is his service in this world. And the Prakrita Nayaka and Nayika, the mundane hero and heroine meet together. Mundane hero and heroine meet together. They do so for their own happiness and their own pleasure. But who is Baladev Prabhu? He is Krishna himself. He is Abhinna Prakash, not different from Krishna. But with Sevaka Abhimana, he is composed entirely of Sevaka Abhimana. That is Krishna's service. Need to serve. Imagine Lakshmana. 14 years. Serve. Balaram, So, trying, Bihane Nane Gaura Sara Gaura Boli Gauka Jivan Krishna Chaiva. Other than Gaura, I don't know. And I'm leaving the word, Gaura. So, Nitya Balaram is also like that. Serving, feeling, serving. Composed of entirely of Sevak Abhiman. That is Krishna's service. That's why this whole creation coming from Balaram. Why? Went as a service to Krishna. Everything. We have to see everything in this world as an instrument, objects to serve Krishna. That's what that's what Balaram gives the vision. He corrects the vision. Hey, look, you are looking at the world to enjoy the objects for our satisfaction. No, everything is meant for serving Krishna. Please, is us. Vishikena Vishishavam Bhakti. So, that understanding. Jiva Kabu Jada Nai, Hari Kabu Nai, Hari Saha Jiva Chinta Veda Veda. Deha Kabu Dara Bhogya Nai. Dasa Bhogya Jiv Krishna. Krishna is what Bhokta enjoy. What is master? What is Jiva living entity? Bhogya. Dasa Bhogya. Bhogya to be enjoyed. Krishna is master. This body. So, Jiva, the living is not inert and is also not Hari. Jiva ka Bujjana Hari. Achintya Veda Vedama, simultaneous one and different. This body is not Jiva, he's saying. This body is not Jiva. There Kabu Dara Bhogyanai. To be enjoyed. Body is not meant. So he's giving that. Then, so that's why Guru corrects our vision. Relationship, how we see this world. We see everything left, right, left, right? But if you have Suppose instead of looking directly, we see in the mirror, left, right, and then that left gets reflected. True, that's called true mirror. Mirror. If you look at the mirror, we see left, right, left. If you see the reflection of that in another mirror, when you start looking at that mirror, true, you go crazy because we are used to this world seeing in a wrong way, you know, in our vision. But actually, something else. It is really amazing, really. So, we have to, it will be hard for us to see as it is. But mercy of Guru, mercy of Balaram, we can easily do. So, then there is another special celebration. In this world, if male and female together and enjoy lusty activities, which are actually the cause of unlimited suffering, then this will be sin and they will have to go to hell. But we see that in the heavenly planet, the residents of soul meet together to enjoy amorous pastime. But they do not incur any sin. Why not? Because they do not have a gross body. Those who have tangled in sin by engaging in amorous affairs, many partners. But in Swarga, so this is a different consideration. No? But in the spiritual planet, like Balaram has no enjoying tendency. Jiva Goswami has done very special definition. He explained that 3 types of prema. Shunya prema, Shramba prema, and Utkanta Mai prema. Viveka Shunya, love which is divided of discrimination. When Krishna and Dwarka, the countries have no conception how long he has been there, I don't know which day has gone for 1 month, years, like that. They cannot discriminate. Therefore, even when Krishna was in Vrindavan, they did not see him every day. One day he would go to Palawan and another day to Kamya, then to Vrindavan, Bandirvan, like that. They would see only Krishna time to time. Those who have no discrimination cannot understand where Krishna is going or they will see him again. So there will be some separation, but not so high. They have love. So much love. Next type is called the hearts of those who have Sakya Rasa. The stars feel great separation from Krishna. And in that separation, they even have a spurti, vipralamba spurti. And they see Krishna. They feel Krishna with them, they feel. That those in Sakya will be satisfied by the spurti, will think, oh, Krishna is here today. I have gone with him. They become so in Sri Gopal Chandra Jiva Goswami Krishna residents of Vrindavan saying, I am going to those of you who are not satisfied with Purti will meet me there. The others should, the husbands of the Gopal stayed behind and took care of Raja along with the cowherd boys who had Shraddha and Krishna Purtimaya Milana. That is confidence in meeting with Krishna in a vision. The cowherd boys can be those who have those situated in Vasilya and especially are full of eagerness. They cannot be pacified by anything at all. So when Balaram came to Vrindavan, he did Rasalila with Krishna's gopis in order to pacify their separation. In this Rasalila, it is not anything bad or immoral. Rasalila includes singing, dancing, playing music, wandering in the forest, playing in the water, swinging pastimes, and other such activities. These are the pastimes performed with Krishna's gopis, thus trying to pacify their separation. For a moment, their separation was pacified, okay? But then immediately afterward, their separation increased more and more and more. This is the problem, The body is made out of separation, gopis. So, flames of separation went higher than even before. Flame of separation was there when before Balaram came, but now it became even higher. See? The gopis are weeping separation. Hatata Ramanvasi Mahabhuja. Oh Krishna, where are you? They were crying before, but now crying even more. See, we cannot understand this, Unless we understand the Braja Prema. That's why Krishna. So when saw that he was completely able to appease the gopis, he himself became overwhelmed in separation. He began to weep with bitter tears and called out, "Oh Krishna, Krishna, why did you leave Vrindavan?" See, himself, he became helpless. Balaram and he's crying, "Hey Krishna, it's not fair. Why did you leave Vrindavan?" When Balaram completely absorbed in separation from Krishna, his complexion turned blackish. That's why in Vrindavan, Rajmandal, there are famous deities of Balaram, Davji, Maha, to remain. Then what happened? Vishwanath Chakravarti explained. Baladev manifested millions of forms upon seeing the very high separation of the gopis. In each form, he took one gopi to a kunja, and then he cried out for Krishna, "Oh Krishna, please come to Vrindavan." Then immediately Krishna manifested millions of forms, took the hand of each gopi and entered kunja, where he fulfilled their heart's desires to serve him. So we can see even Nityananda Prabhu in the Paniya, see, for Gaurang and Gaurang Mahaprabhu feeding to the mouth of Nityananda feeding to the mouth of, But so Balaram, in this way we see that when the Gopi Sapna was so high, Baladev Prabhu called Krishna who appeared there at once. Therefore, this is an example of how Baladev Prabhu is Guru Tattva. Akhanda Guru. Because when the disciple is doing sadhana bhajan and serving his Gurudeva for a long time, his heart becomes purified and Sambandha Jnana is awakening. Then he becomes full of eagerness and in a desperate of separation he prays. Vaishnavera Vedane Krishnadaya Yeno Pamara Prati Abhina Sada. Seeing the of his disciples, Gurudev prays to Radha. Then he invites very sweet Sri Vigraha of Radha Krishna, Yugala, to manifest in the heart of the disciple. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasad prasad nagati kritopi. There is no other method of success in spiritual life. So, in this way, we are our Shraddha on the lotus feet of Sri Balapur. So, he can sprinkle his mercy without a problem. Bala, see, Bala meaning strength itself indicates. Without that strength coming from him to us, in the form of his manifestation, Sri Guru Deva, one can never become strong enough to get free from the clutches of Maya and become fully determined in the service of the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna. Yena nitai vina bhai Radha Krishna paite. Without there is no, it's not possible to serve Krishna. Yeah. So look at lotus feet of Balaram. Now the Tattva, Balram Tattva is even essential, not just even in mobile. See, everybody has mobile, right? Right. So these days, without mobile, we are almost become inseparable. One can be without food or anything, but not with mobile. Really, yeah, it has become addiction. Our lifestyle has become like that. All right, but be careful. Be careful. I have put this chip, which will protect from the radiation, anti-radiation. So, the same way, see, in this material world, we have a anti-material chip, in our heart. So, that way, we are in this world, but will not get affected. You get it? Otherwise, if you don't, then we'll get burned. The example is, suppose, imagine in a lake, there is a lotus, right? Lotus is there, growing. Sun is there, water is there, and lotus is growing. As long as the water is there, the sunlight will not harm the lotus, right? It will not burn or wither away. Imagine there is no water in the lake. What happens? The sunlight burns it away. It cannot survive. Lotus will wither away. Put water, again it starts recovering. So, what is so speciality of water? So, this is Gurudev explains. Surya is like Krishna. Water is like Guru. And lotus is like a Jiva. So, the water turns that very harsh sunlight into congenial, favorable, so that it can sustain and grow. But without water medium, so in other words, we need Krishna's energy, but not directly. No. So through water medium. So we can see every plants. You know. So there is directly even power, for example. You have the high tension wire, right? 11,000 volts, 440,000 volts, no? kV, they say kilovolts, 11 kV. Normally is 11 kV. So 11 kV meaning 11,000 volts on the primary side. On the secondary side, you have 220 volts, 230 in India. So in the US and others is 110 around that, 110 volts. So all our bulbs, fans, refrigerators, they're all designed for 110 volts, right? On the secondary side. So there has to be a transform. Transform meaning transform the energy from primary to secondary. Without direct connection, this is the thing. Without direct connection, the energy is transferred from primary to secondary. Energy get transferred, but no direct connection. If there is a direct connection, you get 11 kV on the side, and all our equipment will be blasted away, burned in. Right? Transform. So that transform is like a guru. Transferring the energy from primary to secondary without direct touch. If there is no power on the primary, then there is no power on the secondary. See? But transformer is a must. You know? The function of guru. You know? Is transferring the spiritual energy from the connecting favorably in a healthy way, suitable way, in a very precious way, without harm. But we try to do on our own, we will not survive. No? So same way, information, same mobile. This mobile has also a Guru Tattva working. You know, your TV. You know, so many things, mobiles, anything. What it is the information. See, for example, see what is happening. Bear with me. You know, try to explain. Suppose there is a studio, right? Somebody is singing. Now, suppose we are far away from that studio. Can we hear directly? People who are in that room, they can hear directly. Far away, they cannot hear. So what they do, how to make them hear? They use a carrier to modulate it. It's like postman, okay? See, if you are in front of the person whom you are receiving letter, okay, no problem. You don't need a letter, right? You can talk to each other, get the information. But suppose you are living in a different country, different state, different city, then you write a letter, right? The information is on the piece of paper, right? In the form of writing. Then you put it in the envelope. We'll put it in the post office, post box. So it's a carrier, okay? Then the postman takes it, and then it delivers, right? Because the address is there. So in the process, the information is not destroyed, intact. The postman becomes a media, right? Postman, the train or flight, whatever, you know, all the media carrying that. And then destination reaches. Right? Same way in you need a medium to transport that singing to the person who is far away. So he is a carrier, the carrier is a carrier wave. No? So that is like high frequency wave. And that they modulate this audio by carrier. Some modulation happens. So the receiver you have to pick up, you have to decode it properly. That means you have to regenerate the carrier. You have to do the opposite of mixing. Modulation, they call it as modulation. It's called demodulation. Yeah? You have to extract it. It is in mathematics, you can very easily do, provided the carrier is the same phase and frequency. In other words, the carrier is in the same mood and then same relation. Then you can regenerate. Otherwise, you will get gobbling, something else. You can mistake it, mislead it rather. So that function, regenerating the mood and relation. That's what Guru said, that's Balaram in our heart. It's in the we think every day. Guru establishes the lotus feet of Gauranga in our heart, to sink it, so we can discern what Krishna is saying, decoding proper. Otherwise, suppose decoded by our mind, who you're in big trouble. Okay. See, this is what it is. Our mind, uncontrolled mind and misguided mind. Understand? Uncontrolled mind and misguided mind. If you are in control, it misleads you. That's what it is there. Misguided gives you wrong. It acts like hypocrite, ignorant. Deception, dishonest. Bigotry, deceit, deception, pretense, insincerity. So complacency, it's all the mind. Uncontrolled and misguided mind. So what that Guru comes, he makes it controlled and guided mind. That's why in the heart he established. That way, decode the message properly, and we will be in the right path. It will save us. Otherwise, so many lives lost, so many lives. We are in darkness of ignorance. But we are thinking, oh, I'm okay, everything is okay. I understand. So this is the deception. He will remove that deception. So that's why without Balaram, without the agents of Balaram, we don't have a chance. Your mother, just born baby, imagine what are the odds of survival. Suppose the just born baby in a house, who's full all refrigerator, that everything available. Then what happens? You think it will survive? Our position is like that, even maybe worse than. That's why we pray, Baladev. Oh, without your mercy. And it's crying, especially in this age, very, very special age. Okay, I'm pressing. Danya Kali Yuga. There is no other age where Balaram, Nityananda Prabhu, in the form of Balaram, Nityananda, coming to every house, raising his hand. Praise, oh my brothers. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then I will take the responsibility of crossing over this impossible ocean of material existence. It is my responsibility. It is my responsibility. My responsibility. What a so fortunate we are. So let us not, utilize this opportunity, and everybody that we know can come across, they're successful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namaha. Jai Baladev. बलदेव पूर्णिमा की जय हो, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय हो, और पद्म की जय, गुरु वर्ग की जय, गुरु परंपरा की जय हो. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, any questions? Time. If there is no question, we will end here. Time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, Dandavat Prams. Thank you so much, Hari Guru. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Sorry about earlier. My Wi-Fi went off. So thank you to Raj Kishore Prabhu. He logged into my email and he resummoned the program. So sorry again, devotees. So, dear devotees, our next program will be Nrsimha Devstuti. So before we go on to that, Ananga Manjari Didi is not feeling too well. So if anybody would like to do Jai Dwani after Tarun Krishna Prabhu, you can please proceed. So these devotees, when we sing Nrsimha Devstuti now, please think and pray for all those devotees that are unwell and suffering, and some of us have been going through COVID and out and again. So please just pray for all those devotees and keep them in your prayers. And so keep Ananga Manjari Didi and Rasapriya Devi Dasi Mataji's Prabhu was in hospital recently and he came out now and he's recovering. So let's keep them in prayer. And anybody else, dear devotees, that you know of, that I don't know, I'm just speaking for the ones that I know. Let's keep them in prayer right now. So I'll have, please can I have Tarun Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Tarun Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams to all the devotees. So we pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to protect all the devotees and their loved ones and family, friends. So I'm going to sing Shri Nrsimha Pranam. Namaste Nrsimhaya, Namaste Nrsimhaya, Prahlada Tadaine, Prahlada Tadaine, Hiranyakashipu Aksha, Hiranyakashipu Aksha, Shilatanka Nakalaye, Shilatanka Nakalaye, Itorna Samha, Paratorna Samha, Itorna Samha, Paratorna Samha, Yatta Yatta Yami Tatorna Samha, Yatta Yatta Yami Tatorna Samha, Bahirna Samha, Yudayena Samha, Bahirna Samha, Yudayena Samha, Namasamha Madim, Sharanam Prapade, Namasamha Madim, Sharanam Prapade, Tavakara Kamalavare, Nakam, Adbhuta Shringa, Dalita Hiranyakashipu Dano Bringa Keshavadvita Navahavirupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nashingadev Jaya Nashingadev Nishingadev Jaya Nishingadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrindaki Nitai Gaura Premanande. I'm just going to read the English translations quickly, Vishaka. I offer my obeisances to Lord Nrsingadev, who gives joy to Sri Prahlad Maharaj, and whose nails are like the chisels on the stone-like chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu. Lord Nrsingadev is here and also there. Wherever I go, Lord Nrsingadev is there. He is in the heart and he is outside as well. I surrender to Lord Nrsingadev, the origin of all things and the supreme refuge. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of half man, half lion, all glories to you, just as one can easily crush a wasp between one's fingernails, so in the same way the body of the wasp-like demon Hiranyakashipu has been ripped apart by the wonderful pointed nails on your beautiful lotus hands. All glories to Lord Nrsingadev, all glories to Sri Prahlad Maharaj, all glories to the assembled devotees, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrindaki, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Vishaka.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Tarun Krishna Prabhu, for that. So anyone like to do Jai Dwani?